Hey, what's up? I got another little video coming at you here. Can I show you what I've done here? This is for the Redcat Ascent. We're basically kind of turning it into the look of a Fusion. Let me show you what I did here. Okay, so all of you know the normal body I have here. I absolutely love this body. There's no reason to get rid of this body. It's not in the way or anything. I like the look of it, all that jazz. Fits perfectly on the front there, da 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 da. But we kind of wanted something a little bit different. So I 3D printed some stuff here. Now there again, you can see the Fusion I got in there. So the 3D printed stuff that I have here is this guy. And what it essentially does is comes back here and replaces the bed portion of this on the back there, that dovetail. I was going to leave the regular cab on there, but I decided since I'm doing all this, let's go even further. So let me show you what I got. Oh yeah, brand new black cab part of the bed, straight from Redcat. These are the numbers if you guys want to buy it there, just the cab only. It's already pre-painted. You just got to put the stickers on yourself if you want to. I don't know that I do want to. So yeah, this is the second body option I have now. So I'm going to probably put this on and probably run with that for a while. I like the red and black look, so that's why I printed the other stuff in red, and this came obviously in black. Now back to the truck here. We have to do some modifications before we can fit this guy on. So as you can see, it kind of fits somewhere in here. But basically what you have to do is you have to take off these towers right here. You have to take off all the stuff on the inside. That all has to be, I think you get rid of all of that, I'm pretty sure, because there's a cross brace that comes down right here, coming down, that connects to here and on the back rail. But now the only thing I don't like about these prints, you see how it's split there? It's kind of a weak design where that's at. So I have a few ideas of what I'm going to do. I'm probably just going to drop some glue on it for now. I just want to see if this is going to even hold up and what it looks like and all that jazz. But you know, it comes with the holes already ready for you. You basically just use what is it, 2.5 or whatever. Let's see what the driver is here. 2.5 driver, so M2.5. A little bit easier to see here. That's the size of the one that I used. Kind of give you some point of reference here. Here's a AAA battery, so you can kind of see about the size here. I'll put my dial calipers on there so you can see what the sizing is. Okay, there's the size of it. That's the length anyway. The width on the thread part be a little bit hard to capture here, but let's see if we can get it in there. So you're basically looking at 3. Because you got to get plus or minus a little bit on these. Plus these calipers, sometimes they don't like to zero out. But yeah, so you're looking at about 3 on the threads and about almost 13 on the length for these. And these are, I think they call those cap heads or whatever the style of head screw that is there, guys. And that is going to be a 2.5 millimeter driver. This guy right here. Just so you know what you're using here. So far I've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I don't know that I'm going to have to replace these two or those. I think you can just use the same screws that are on there now. These I'm not sure about, so those are the only ones that's going to be kind of in question. I think I can use the same ones there, so we're going to kind of check it out. Alright, so there's the gist of the bed. So basically this rail or whatever you call this here connects to the bottom there. It rests on the feet here of the whatever you would call these side pieces here, the skid rails or whatever they're called. Anyway, you got to take these off, and then when you put them back on, you just attach them to the bottom, shove this in between the rail, and it's held on by 2 screws there. Then you will have to supply yourself a nut. I don't know what size that is. I just got one out of my old box of bolts and nuts. Unless you want to put the shock up here with this. Now me, I wanted to have it moved down 3 holes, kind of where I was at before. So, and I like it there. So I put it down there and I put a nut on each side. And then obviously these right here, I'm going to have to address. I don't like that. It's kind of a thin print, so maybe that's the point. Maybe I printed it too thin. I don't know. So those are all things that we're just going to find out here. So I'm going to get the body part on here and show you what's up with that, how it looks, decide on some decals or no decals, kind of go from there. And then next thing we'll do in the next video here is get it out, take it out for a little test drive here, and see if it does anything with the weight. I do have some scales over there. I'm going to get those out, kind of show you what's up as far as like the way that the truck's distributed as of this moment. Kind of see if it made any differences. I'm not going to measure any of the stuff that I took off of here. There's really not a lot there. I mean, I could weigh each piece, but I mean, it's not a lot of weight to be heard of. It's 2 big plastic pieces, and I think we've pretty much just traded off with that, and we've got it in different locations now. So we'll just kind of see what it looks like going forward. So I think that's a better way to do it. Okay, guys, what do you reckon? There she is. I'm still waiting on a couple of posts there. I've got a couple of posts that go, I think they go back here on, I think it's the top. Let's see. Yeah, they go right on the top. And what it is, they screw into here, and they give you a post where you can actually put a clip on there. I don't know, I might run 1 clip, or I don't know, I might put 2 clips on there, hell with it, whatever. But anyway, that's how she looks. Get it on there. There you go. That's all centered up. I kind of like the look of it. I might weather the bed a little bit, or something, but the rack isn't leaning too far that way. It does lean a little bit, but I could fix that with moving these posts back some. So I think I'm going to move them back like 1, maybe, something like that. I think it'll help push it back a little bit. But we're going to get some weights and stuff on it here. So I got my little mini scales here. These are all wireless. And they're not, like mini, like newer mini, but each one of them takes a battery. I get that. But what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of set each wheel on there, see what the truck's looking like. So let's do that now. Okay, so these mini scales that I got here, they're kind of set up for something a little less heavy, but I think I can get away with using 2 of them at a time. So that's what we're going to try to do here. We're going to set 2 of them under the wheels, and then see if we can get a reading on that. Okay, so here we go. I got 16.48 on that side, 16.24 on that side. So we're a little bit heavier on this side by 0.2 on the ounces. So that's a quarter heavier on this side. So let's check the front now, see what it comes in at. Okay, it looks like the front of this guy here is just going to be too much weight for it. So it's just a little bit above 16 ounces, just like these here. But you'll see when I start to raise it up just a tiny bit, I'll end up getting a little bit of a reading on there. See, 18, 17, 19, 20, and then it just maxes out. So it's somewhere in the 22 ounce range on each side. I can't really get an accurate reading here, guys, so I'm not even going to try, but I have to get some better scales for the bigger stuff. I've not really had to really worry about weighing anything this big. I mainly use these for stuff like that guy and my micros hanging on the wall over there. That's all I've ever really weighed. So I didn't really expect to be using this, but I thought, it'd be a cool idea if it'll work. Unfortunately, it's not going to give me a reading here on the front, so it's just going to be a little bit too heavy for that. So, I can take it on my big scale and show you what that is, but, it's not going to show me side to side, front to back. but I can get a weight for you, so that's what we're going to do right now. Okay, so we got this box here that we're going to try to fit it on there. I had to tear the weight where it's at there so we account for the weight of the box. So well, let me show you what I'm talking about so you understand. So we'll tear that out, bring it back to 0, and then we'll put our box on here so you can kind of see the weight of the box. Weight of the box is 0.36, and that's 0.36 pounds or whatever. So you just hit tear and brings it back down to 0. Then you can set the truck on there. See if I can get this thing lined up halfway decent so we can get a reading on here. Okay, she's on there. See how much she's weighing. 5.34 pounds. Okay, so that's the end weight. I just don't have like the forward bias, left and right bias, anything like that. So we'll just have to deal with it. Maybe I'll get some new scales later. I don't really do a lot of weighing and stuff on these bigger guys. I never really have, but it might be something that I might look into getting something a little bit to kind of mess around with it. You know, it's fun to play with. If I'm going to be in it, might as well, you know, go all the way, I guess. I don't know. We'll think about it. It's obviously going to be later. So, yeah, next step here is to get those pieces in. As soon as those come in, we're going to get this thing out for a drive. So, yeah, man, what do you guys think, man? I'm going to do some weathering on the back here, like I said, kind of make it look a little more beat up and rusted or whatever. I might even do some burn marks and stuff like that on there, just see what I could do with it. Yeah, I really like the color scheme. I got the white rims, which, you know, it'd be cooler if they were black or red or something like that, but I don't have any of those as of right now. I could work on getting those later, but the point is that these tires are pretty amazing the way they are, so I'm just leaving those on there for now. Eventually we'll get to that point. Maybe we'll start color coding some other stuff here, you know, and kind of doing it that way. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. I do like the body. That's pretty cool. I don't have a problem with this body either, though. Honestly, that's a fantastic little body. So there's your transformation, guys. So that's what she used to look like, and that's what she looks like now. And it's a really simple step to go back to it. So when you go back to it, you would take all this stuff off. You put your piece in the back here. You put your mount for the body right back there. That's pretty much it. That's it. Done. This one has a different setup as far as the way it connects. You can see those little pieces right there. The way it connects over here. So when you only have the front cab piece, the way that these work, if I can get it off of here, the way that these work is they still have the indentation on the bottom to kind of line up with these pieces here. But these top pieces that are cut out, those are made for, there's a screw-in post thing that goes right here on the tops of each one of those, and then you put a body pin in there and that just holds it down. It's super simple, but it's effective. So we're waiting on those to come in. When they do come in, we'll get this thing out, get the battery all charged up, see if we can find us a good spot to go crawling, and just see if our improvements or, you know, changes, we'll call them, did anything or not. I'm betting that it will. Now, as far as the looks and stuff like that, it ain't going to do much. Body-wise, weight and everything else, we didn't remove a whole lot, so you're not going to have a whole lot there. Biggest thing that we're going to have, which I haven't tested yet, is the forward bias with the battery here. That's going to give us a lot more distribution on the weight, I do believe. I think it's more towards the front now, which I can't tell because I don't have anything to really check it here, but we'll just kind of have to go in that direction and think that way, I guess. Then we'll start working on stuff like weights down below and things like, you know, one at a time. I don't want to get too crazy here, but because this thing is really good the way it is now, but I think it does need a few things just from what I've seen so far. Some of the things that I want to personally do to this truck is not very many things. Oh, it's crap out of my way here. So some of the things I want to do is I would like to add some weight to probably this area here. Maybe I can do it with the portals or something. I don't know. I'll figure something out there, but I want to do some of that. Maybe a different type of a skid plate. it does tend to get kind of hung up from time to time on some of that stuff, but it's not a lot really. I mean, honestly, I could deal with it or deal without it. It's not like it's going to be a game changer for me. I can't. I don't know if that's metal or not. Let me see. Got a magnet over here. That's metal. Yeah, there's a little bit of metal there. Okay. So I didn't realize that. Metal on the front and the rear. So that's pretty cool. But I still think you could use a little bit more, like down below stuff. We did a really good job here getting this fusion down below. There's nothing up top anymore, no ESC, nothing like that. So the balance has got to be better. And like I said, this thing has been an animal from the get-go. So, you're only making things a whole lot worse, or a whole lot worse, a whole lot better every time you mess with it. So I do have some different locations, which is what I was looking at here for the links. I'm not sure that I want to use those, but, might be something to look into for later. I don't know. All this stuff is just kind of, trial and error for me anyway, because I think it's set up pretty damn good the way it is now. But there's a few things I'm going to try, so that's what we're going to do, guys. Look for the next video here. We'll get it out and see if we can put it to the test.